Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Scatterbrain, the Bradford podcast, coming back to you for another episode. This is episode, and of course, I'm Ray Bradford, your host from the coast with the most. Your host on the coast with the most, however you want to pronounce it. Of course, this is episode number 40. Number 40, we pulling up on, we 12 away. We 12 away from 52, and 52 will make a year. Been doing it a year, man. It's been a great journey. We 12 away. That 12 will probably happen around the end of February, I'm thinking. Yeah. Probably happen, well, no. The middle of March. Oh, shoot. Be the middle of March. So, I hope y'all stick around. The schedule, let me give you a schedule. I want everybody who listen to this and who watch this to know it's a schedule going on right now. So we're going to do, of course, this week, the week that you're listening to, and we're going to do another episode on the 17th. And then your year-end wrap-up will happen. This is the first annual. I did my inaugural last year. I hate to see people say first annual. I don't even think first annual is the right thing. So when I said first annual, I don't think it's the right. I think it's just annual. Then it's second annual. You got your inaugural, annual, and second annual. Whatever, however you pronounce it. Whatever the order is, I just hate to see first annual. Or however you word it, not pronounce it, however you word it. But yeah, so this will be the second time I do it. I'm trying to think of a very creative way to do it this year, man. I want it to be kind of special. But that'll drop. So you got the 17th, and I'll drop that around the 28th or the 30th, something like that, to go into the new year. Not the day of New Year's or New Year's Eve. I'll drop it the week before. So Christmas Eve on to it. But you'll get episode 24th. That's what I'll do. I just came up with the plan in real time. Drop it on New Year's Eve. And then it won't be any more episodes from New Year's Eve till January 14th, the week of the 14th. That'll be the next time an episode drops. We're going to take a break. We're going to recalibrate, figure out some ways to help build it, help launch it even further, run some ads and stuff, man. If you want to run ads on here, you can always hit me up. You can message me. You can send me emails. Send an email to raydonbradford@gmail.com. That's raydonbradford@gmail.com. If you want to run some ads, we're trying to figure out ways to launch it now that we got the system in place. So being that I've done so many episodes and got consistency going, got a system in place on how to operate, how to turn stuff over in a faster time rate now. Want to branch into the actual business side of it now, which is growing it and actually putting it in front of people's face. Because, some people are they just naturally blow up. Small portion of people that do that. Probably a 20%, 25% of people naturally blow up and everything go big. But the rest of the people have to actually work and put money behind in other places to put it in people places so it can grow from there. So that's the next iteration and step we're trying to do with Scatterbrain, the Ray Bradford podcast. Probably get some merch next year with some sayings and stuff. With the sayings, that I say on here all the time. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. Whatever little saying I say. Try to put them things up. Get some merch going. Get it in people's faces. It may even, and when I'm saying merch, it may just be free. Give it to people. Hey, man, have this, man. Wear it and doggone show people what we're doing over here. But, that's the plan, man. So after the next week and after Christmas Eve, we're going to take about 2-3 weeks off, recalibrate, They give me time to work on some other stuff because I was watching a Gary Vee video just talking about it, and they were asking him like, who did you put in place to help you? And he was, as far as brand wise and building from the ground level, from the infrastructure of, the ground level. And it was just wild because he was like, dude, for the longest, it was just me. I had to learn how to do everything. So when I do hire people, they knew what to do. So I'm learning how to kind of do everything and grow it. So, yeah, man. But that's the schedule. So the 24th will be the last episode for about 2-3 weeks. We're going to take a break, go into the new year fresh. And it's gonna be watch the weeks that I'm off, it's gonna be so much news to talk about. Probably so much news, so much new music, so much new everything to talk about. And I'm not gonna be on here. If I just have to, I come and tape something fast, but I probably won't though. But I hope y'all week been good. My week been good. Man, you know what I've been doing this week, man? I would work on. I made a reel for the last episode and then never posted. I just been working and sleeping, bro. Sleeping. Anytime I can, I've been going to sleep. I don't know why I just felt tired, man. But I think I know what it is, man. As a tobacco smoker out here, I think that tobacco whooping me down, man. It's time to let it go. It's time to let it go, man. It whooping me down. It got me tired. It just got me. Whew, down bad. So I'm about to thinking about that, letting that go. It's gonna be hard. Cause I've quit twice before. I quit one time for like a year, then I quit again and it was like 2 years, and then I just randomly started smoking again. Not cause I had the urge to smoke or nothing, it's just out of the blue it happened. So, but this time I don't feel how I felt the last time I quit. The other times I quit, like I just knew, like, man, it's time to stop. Let me stop. I don't feel like that this time. Like it's still calling me. You know how Pookie was on New Jack City? Like, man, it's still calling me. It's calling me, bro. It's calling me, and I can't let it go. But I gotta let it go. Ooh, we pray for me as I battle this tobacco demon. It's on me hard. I was just in here laughing with Dino earlier. I about died. My eye was about red as fire. I couldn't breathe through my nose. I thought I was sick. I said, man, it's the tobacco, man. You know, the tobacco got me down bad. That's the next step, man. Hope y'all week was good. My week good. I said that already. I just want to reiterate it to y'all. I hope y'all week was good. I hope y'all had joy. I hope you had laughter. I hope you hung with people that brought you good vibes, good energy. I hope didn't nobody bring you no bad news. And if they did bring you bad news, I hope you was able to channel it into positive energy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost 2024. The year is about over, man. We got 3 weeks and this year is over with. Now that I think about it, 3 weeks exactly from the day I'm recording this. Today is December 10th. We got 3 more weeks. So we got the 17th, the 24th, and the 31st. Then it's a new year. And what really made me think on this so hard, I was in church today, man, and it just hit me out the blue, bro. Like, bro, it's 3 weeks till next year. Look at, kind of remember over the year about your life. And I had this doggone big aha moment. And it ain't a big aha. It's not a big aha moment in the grand scheme of life, but it really, I don't know. It depends on what you do, man. If you're a Christian, you're a believer, or if you're a religious person, whatever, man, you know, it may be big to you, it may be a grand scheme, or I may just be tripping and overthinking it. But it hit me that like, man, God is really good, man. Like, I, if it was up to me this year, I would have been in some really messed up situations, some jacked up situations. If I was left up to my own devices, meaning I probably wouldn't have paid bills how they were supposed to be paid. I would have messed up relationships that like could have led to money, could have led to learning how to do stuff, friendships. I would have messed all this stuff up if it was left up to me. But it hit me like, bro, you know how most people be like, man, 2023 really beat me down, or oh man, I gotta rebound, I gotta bounce back for 2024, or man, I barely survived 2023. I I can't I can't say that story, man. I can't say that story. When I really look back, it's just how God moved, how he did his thing. It's wild because, bro, I can't tell you, man. I didn't miss a bill. I didn't miss a bill or a meal. I probably ate way too much this year, way too much. Uh, like nothing was late. Nothing was late. Everything, if it was late, it was a day or two late, and that's probably because I just forgot about paying something or something. But it wasn't. Uh, I was able to get shoes whenever I felt like getting shoes, clothes, buying my niece stuff, buying my sister stuff. With her, it'd be different. My sister different. You know, I tell her all the time, life ain't about you no more. I don't buy you stuff no more. Cause when I was younger, you know, my sister asked me for something, I get it for her, no matter what. But now that she got a child, I tell her like all that grace went to that child. So it's gonna be spare when you get stuff. But you know, helping them out when I can, or just when they ask. Uh, or shoot, just when I felt like helping them out, you know. Uh, what like no, I had no major illnesses. Like I I got a couple medical issues, but like those were fine. Nothing that was like scary. Like, oh, you need to go to the doctor right now, or you can't afford your medicine, or like, nah, none of that, bro. Like, it's crazy, man. And people, I look at the little stuff like that. Like, God ain't got to bless me with 100,000 or $1 million or new this or new that, bro. Like, he just find a way to provide what you already got. And then if you aren't a religious person or a believer in Christianity or Jesus or God, whatever you believe in, Allah, blah blah blah, all that stuff. You know, you'll say, well, you're just a grown person. You should pay your bills and on time and all this. And that is true. That is absolutely true. Your responsibility as an adult is to take care of all these things. But everybody have a rough season, a rough patch, uh, just sometimes they have rough moments, and it don't just be like a week or two. Sometimes it be 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, or they lose a job, or life just hit them bad. But like, it's wild how God will just keep stuff from like that from happening. And I sometimes ask like, why am I favored for stuff like that not to happen to me, but it happen to somebody else? I don't know. I never had an answer to that. You know, the religious person that have a certain answer, but I wouldn't even listen, or not a religious person, but like a prophet, a pastor, or whatever. They'll have an answer. But sometimes those answers don't even make sense to me because it's like, bro, how are we picking and choosing? Picking and choosing who to do all this to. And I don't think God do that. I don't know. That ain't, I just know personally, I was in church and it hit me like a sack of bricks that like, dude, 2023 was actually good to you, man. Even when I felt like, man, it could be better, man. I could be doing this, I could be doing that. Man, I want to tour my own music. I want to do this. I want to blah, blah, blah. That's all my wants. And what I'm doing now is working towards my wants. But like my needs and everything else, bro, like fine. Pure fine, bro. Pure fine. Even it was like 2 months of this year, I was like, yo, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know how who finna make stuff happen or what I'm gonna do, cause it's just slow. The bookings got slow. We weren't gigging as much. I was like, yo, I think July we didn't gig. We gig one time. I was like, yo, this ain't good. This ain't good. You know, good thing I had saved up a little nest egg and it took care of it. But see, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? The regular mind would say you saved up the nest egg. But it was like a flip switch. I'm like, hey man, save up. You never know what's gonna happen. And it happened. I don't know. I ain't got a good way to put it. I just know I want to tell y'all 2023 was not bad to me, and I hope it wasn't bad to you. And I hope you realize, if you sit back and really realize and analyze 2023, that God was kind of in the mix. He was in the mix, man. He was fighting for you, or the angels was fighting for you. He let his angels fight for you, man. I hope you realize that. I ain't no pastor. I ain't know none of that. So I don't want to speak on God's behalf. I just want to tell you, God is good. 2023 was all right. If at the minimum, I hope 2024 is exactly how 2023 was. At the minimum, I mean the bare minimum, I hope 2024 is exactly how 2023 was. And then I get to add all the toppings on top for 2024. That'll make it even sweeter. Outside of that, I want to say shout out to my Bears. Today. You know, I told y'all we was trash. A few weeks ago, I told y'all we was trash. I think we ain't as trash as I thought it was. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the rest of the season play out. But we on a little streak here. Let me see. Let me see what the streak is. We may have lost the game and then won the game, but I know we done won a few games here recently. And it's all right with me. It got me pretty doggone happy. Oh, got me really happy. Come on. What we had? Oh, Lord. Ooh, we fourth in the... Ooh, Lord, we trash. I just changed it up so fast. We 5-8, man. We 5-8, man. We 5-8. That ain't good at all. But we won this week. We beat the Lions. We won last week. We beat the Vikings. Should have beat the Lions the first time we played them, but we lost to them. Beat the Panthers. Beat the Raiders. Beat the Commanders. Yeah, we lost to everybody else. It's been bad. It's been bad ever since. Bad in between all that. But we won 5 games, man. I didn't expect us to win 5 games. After our first few games, I didn't expect us to win 5 games. But we done won 5 games. We still got the number 1 pick. We probably got like 2 or 3 picks in the first round. And I've been seeing scenarios saying, say, well, if we do trade Justin Fields, we'll trade him for like 2 first-round picks or something crazy. But I know the trade value, as much as I don't want to trade him, because he really the first quarterback I bought a jersey for, because I just don't quarterbacks be so, man, they just, for us, quarterbacks ain't stable. You can be there for 4 years and then we'll get rid of you. Be there for 7 years and then we'll get rid of you. We need a franchise, somebody who's going to be there for at least 10 to 15 years. So I don't really think about buying quarterback jersey. But he the first quarterback jersey I bought, and I don't want him to go. that's my personal reason. But his trade value is so high. It's so high, especially with how he playing these last few games. His trade value is so high that I can see it. If we gonna get some good stuff back, we gonna get picks and we'll trade players and stuff. I can see it. Let's trade him. Let's trade him. But if we ain't gonna get all that back, don't trade him. But I really don't. Who we gonna trade him for? Caleb? I don't think Caleb the deal. But that's what we're gonna do. If we gonna get Caleb, we're gonna get Marvin Harrison Jr. But it's so crazy, Marvin Harrison Jr. It's reports that they offering him an NIL deal of like 20 to 25 million to come back and play in college. So people are saying he shouldn't go to the NFL. But this is a question that I would pose to people. Do you follow your dreams or you follow money? Do you follow your dreams or do you follow money? Because if you follow money, you'll go back to college and you'll play that year and you'll make that 20, 25 million. You'll change your kid's life, your grandkids' life, your great-grandkids' life. You're going to change a lot of lives. But if you follow your dream and you are what you're projected to be by following your dream, so he's projected to be like his dad or you know what I'm saying? And his dad is a Hall of Famer. So he's gonna make the 20 to 25 million in the NFL. Only catch is he will make that 20 to 25 million probably in a year or two in college. But it's like, bro, just chase your dreams and go. Cause you're gonna be that deal. Everybody think he's that deal. He's projected to be like his dad. And if you are a fan of football, his dad beat my team in the Super Bowl. No, I'm not gonna put that in my pocket. I gotta look at something in a minute. But his dad beat my team in the Super Bowl. I can't stand his dad till this day. Now that I think about it, you know what I'm saying? And if you projected to be like that, which is a Hall of Fame level receiver, bro, chase your dreams, bro. Don't go for that 20, 25. I mean, you never know what can happen. Football is such a violent game. Football is such a violent game. Football, as great a game as it is, bro, it's the best. Honestly, to me, it's the best sport that you can watch because it's so much. It's 11 people. It's 22 people on the field and all. So it's 11 people. It's 22 people to watch. Let's say it like that. So every play you can watch a different person and like what they're doing. Like I shared a video of the Eagles right tackle, Lane, blocking. He's only blocking with his left hand. So like if they were bull rushing him, he literally just left hand, boom, power block, and knocking people down. Von Miller, the dude from Hutchinson from the Lions, all these people, he just dominating them with one block. And he's blocking them so good. They out to play. We talking about legends, killers. But, so it's always 22 people you can see, and you can watch a different person every play. It's so much to learn, so much to go through, so much to comb. Like learning, is a wide receiver doing a wide release, or how he releasing, or is the tight end cut blocking, or is he are they shading the best receivers? The safety shading the best receiver? What route tree? How the cornerback do all, man, it's just so much to watch, bro. I don't know all the technical terms. I don't want to sound like I know all the technical terms. But it's so much to look at. How the wide receiver is playing. Is he pressing? Is he physical? Is he not physical? Do he travel? If DK Metcalf is going side to side, do he go side to side or do he stay on one side? Do the cornerback stay on one side? What Debo doing tonight? Debo saying, is he running the ball? Is he catching the ball? He a dual threat? Blah, blah, blah. It's so much to watch, so much to pay attention to. The quarterback, how fast does a quarterback? Is he a quarterback a dual threat, or do he only throw the ball? Or is he mostly a runner? Whatever, man. It's so much to watch and pay attention to. His arm strength. Oh, the quarterback can throw 70 yards. It's so much, man. So much to look at and watch. If you even thinking about all that. Sometimes it's just good to watch the game. You just tune in and like, oh, this is entertainment. But at the end of the day of all that, this is a gladiator sport. This is the closest, to me, it's the closest thing to actual gladiator. If you read about like the Roman Empire and like the gladiator, and they put these people in the stadium and they fighting each other, fighting lions, whatever, they was fighting bears, whatever they had these people fighting. I mean, this is the closest to that, man, because these people, imagine, bro, I ain't never ran this fast in my life. But imagine looking at somebody up close in front of you run 22 miles per hour, 25 miles per hour. Bro, a human, we talking about a human being. And this human being is probably, the average male height in America, probably 6 foot, 6'1". Let's say this male is 6'4", 230 pounds, all muscle. And he's running 25 miles per hour. Does that not sound strange? Do you know, like, you're not a regular human being. If you can do this, you can run 25 miles per hour at 6 foot. I'm 6'2". No, I'm probably 6'4" now. I just lied. I lied so bad. 6'4". Imagine somebody my height, half my weight, a little over half my weight, at 230 pounds, running 25 miles per hour. And strong, can probably bench press 225 20 times, 17 times. Bro, these are gladiators, bro. They have to be able to like run that fast and be able to take a hit. To be able to take a hit from somebody like Ryan Clark, Sean Taylor, who also, they may not be running 25 miles per hour. They may be running 19 miles per hour or 20 miles per hour. Like 20 miles per hour coming at you, and they may be 5'10". 5'10", let's say they 215 pounds, 210 pounds. But they lift just as much as you lift. And they got a lower center of gravity. And they finna hit you super hard. Go look up Ryan Clark highlights of him tackling people. He was tackling like a crash dummy, but he was great and played in a great system. Go look at Sean Taylor highlights and see how he tackled people. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. Or like a Ray Lewis or Urlacher. All these crazy people, man. Like your mind has to be different than the normal person who will say, man, I ain't doing that. I ain't putting myself on the line like that. But you thrive every day like, yeah, I put myself on the line and I'm going to knock this person out. Bro, it's a gladiator sport. So that go back to say, you never know what happened. You take that 20 to 25 million and you go back to college and play for that year or that year and a half. You never know what can happen to you. Now, again, like I said at the beginning of that, yeah, that 20, 25 million is going to change generations of your family. Generations. Going to change generations. But if something happens to you, generations of your family's life was changed, but your dream was never accomplished. So now you walk around every day with the thought process of, dang, I didn't make my dream happen. What if? What if I would have went to the league instead of coming back? What if? What if? What if? Who wants to live with what if? Honestly. Who wants to live with what if? Think about this. It's so many what ifs that are in the grave. What if I would have did this before I passed away? What if I would have did this? Man, I couldn't imagine living with what ifs. I just personally couldn't imagine. Do I got some what ifs in my life? I got a few what ifs in my life. But for the most part, I don't. If I think about it and man, it feel like, especially if I feel like something is tugging me to it, like something is tugging me. Hey man, go do this, go do this, go do that, man. Like I feel like God is telling me to go do something, or I don't even have to. Sometimes I don't even think God is telling me to do something. But if it's pulling them on me enough, it got so when I look back over, like it had to be God telling me to do this because I wouldn't even wanted to do this. Like I don't want to think like, what if I would have did this? I always want to think, I tried it, it didn't work. Oh well, what do I lose? I lose time. I lose time. That's the biggest thing I can lose. And time is important. Time is super important. Like, it's the most expensive thing that you own in your life. Time is. But man, oh well. Oh well. It's good time loss. I learned something. At least I learned something what not to do. At the end of it, I learned what not to do. So, you know, I can't speak for everybody, but if I was him, I would not go back. I would enter in the draft. But then I also could see, like, if I know a sorry team is going to draft me, I wouldn't want to go in the draft either. Man, like, life is so crazy. Life is full of dualities, man, when you really think about it. Life is full of dualities, man. I mean, like, it's littered with dualities because at one point you can be so strong on something and stand on something, then you think about something else within that, and it make you wanna, I may need to change and go the other way. Cause I want to follow my dreams. I don't want no what ifs. But then again, it's another what if. What if this sorry team drafts me and I will never live out my dreams anyway because this sorry team drafted me and I couldn't live out my full potential? It's tough, man. It is tough. It is tough, but you have to be able to stand on your convictions, man. Oh, that's a word. Stand on your convictions. If you convicted that, like, bro, yeah, I'm going to the league and I'm going to shine wherever I go do that. Anyway, that was a long roundabout thing about my Bears. That was something that hit me. I just wanted to let the world know my Bears won 5 games. We may sneak another 1 or 2 in. Y'all let us get to 7 games. It's gonna be bad out here. Y'all let us get to 7, 8 games. It's gonna be bad, man. I'm telling you. Y'all let us get to 7, 8 games. It's gonna be bad because we gonna have confidence and we gonna know we don't have to trade Justin Fields. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. I'm telling you. Y'all let us win 2 more games, 2, 3 more games. Ooh, we gonna be tough, and we gonna be good next year. We gonna know what's going on. We gonna know what's going on because our division ain't that good. The Vikings ain't that good. The Lions ain't that good. The Packers really ain't that good either. Just wait. A funny thing that I ran across that I wanna mention to y'all. Speaking of football and stuff, because you know football players, athletes be having I was about to sound real ghetto when I said this. I was about to say, let me not say ghetto because I hate the word ghetto. I'm gonna sound real hood when I say this. I would say athletes, but athletes have a lot of kids. They have a lot of kids, man. Like Cromartie that played for the Jets. I think he played DB for the Jets. Got a lot of kids, It's a bunch of these, Drew, the quarterback for the Chargers. He's retired now. But Phillip Rivers got like damn near 10 kids, man, if not more than that. But so I'm not just saying it's black or white. This is why I'm saying athletes in general have a lot of kids. But I ran across, you know what? I'll finish this. Ran across something on Twitter. This dude had 43 kids, bro. 43. Bro, you know how unruly you gotta be to have 43 kids, man. You unruly, bro. You a wild boy. You a wild boy. Like how, and he looked like he was like 40. So I mean, by the time he was 17, he was just nothing in women, bro. Like, bro, wrap it up, bro. Like, I'm so. My question would be, bro, you had to catch something to get 43 kids, bro. You had to catch something. Like, well, cause that mean like it sound for 43 kids sound like every woman you having sex with you having unprotected sex, bro. Like that ain't yo. What we doing out here, man? 43 kids, man. 43 is wow. 43 is wow. The only way I could justify having 43 kids in my life. Well, y'all seen the baseball player who just he signed a contract with the Los Angeles Dodgers. I don't even know what his nationality is because his name is so hard to pronounce. Ohtani or Hunty or something like that. I think it's Ohtani. He's the pitcher, but he's the pitcher who like hits a bunch of home runs too. Cold. He's ice cream cold. Unbelievably cold. Unbelievably cold. This man just got signed 10 years for $700 million. It's the only way I could justify my life having 43 kids, bro. Like, fam, that is insane, bro. You know, bro, 43 kids is insane. But also 700 million in 10 years is also insane. That is also insane. That's 70 million a year, I think, bro. I couldn't fathom making that much money. I would not know what to do. But you know, I have side note. We had a discussion here at Smash and Company one time. We were working. And I said, bro, this how I know I'm like, I don't think I grew up poor, but I obviously grew up poor. Because when I started thinking about that much money, I wouldn't even know what to do. I wouldn't even know where to start. Like, I couldn't imagine having that much disposable income at one time. I couldn't imagine it, bro. I'm like, bro, am I poor? Do I got a poor mindset? Because I just honestly could not imagine having that much money, that much disposable income, that much power to go do whatever I wanted to do at one time. Like now I think I do. In my life now, I think, yeah, I get up and pretty much do whatever I want to do. You know, within reason, within reason, I kind of do whatever I want to do. And it's like, bro, with that much money, you really, really, really can do whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. Like, bro, like, then the other side to that is, like, that's what I'm saying. Life is so much to life, bro. So much duality. I don't, do people even think about all this in life? I don't know, but I do. I think about all this. But think about how hard this man probably had to work in his life to get his skill set high enough to make somebody want to pay him $700 million over 10 years. Bro, can you imagine the work that you have to put in to make your skill set worth that much money? I'll say that again. Can you imagine the work you had to put in to make your skill set, your specific skill set, worth that much money? Oh, I say it one more time. Can you imagine the work, the amount of hours of practice, the amount of hours of strength training, the amount of hours of watching batters, or because we're being specific to his sport, watching batters and watching their tendencies, watching film, studying other pitchers, studying all this stuff. Could you imagine the amount of work and training that it took to get your specific skill set worth $700 million? Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Let's take somebody else. Michael Jordan. We all revere Michael Jordan. Everybody who ever watched basketball reveres Michael Jordan. Really think about, and he's a billionaire, a legit billionaire. Really think about the work ethic that goes into making your skill set that great. And then for him, it's different because Thunti, however you pronounce his name, the pitcher that now plays for the Los Angeles Dodgers, he's strictly getting this off of his pitching and his hitting, his batting. So that's a specific skill set. This isn't endorsements. This isn't any of this other stuff, investments or anything like that. This is just his contract for his skill set. Jordan had to become a billionaire off of also mastering his skill set, but he had to add to his skill set, which was become a personable person that people actually liked. They liked the person. Like when he interviewed, he had to become charismatic. He had to carry himself a certain way. This is, most people don't learn this. So this work that go into this, you had to become PR marketable and all this stuff. Like imagine the work that goes into becoming worth or valued that much, that your skill set becomes that much. LeBron James, he's a billionaire. Imagine the work ethic that goes in. Speaking of work ethic, I went and watched Beyonce's Renaissance film. Before I give her props, I do want to say, Beyonce, you wild for charging people $23 to $25 to go see that damn movie. It's good, it's great, it's beautiful, but you wild as hell. Anyway, I went and watched Beyonce's Renaissance film. The most it was two things that were glaring to me. One of them I won't mention because it's very controversial, and I don't want no smoke. To end this year, I don't want no smoke with nobody. I don't want no smoke nowhere. And that ain't what I'm trying to build this podcast off. I don't want to build it off of stuff like that. So I don't, and if I mention this, it would build it off that. So I don't even want to go into that. But the main thing that stuck out to me, because Beyonce has done another film like this, I think, where she kind of go into behind the scenes stuff and she show how much she know. Like, she showed how much she know about the business, about what she's doing. So if she's talking to an audio engineer who's front of house mixer or whatever, or whoever mixing her ears, so add delay, add this. She knows her technical terminology, everything she's doing or that's involved in her production. So she's done that before, but she really showed it in this one. And side note, this is a side note of the side note of the side note. I know I said The Weeknd is bigger than Beyonce. I still believe that, but I can still praise Beyonce because I still think Beyonce is legendary. She's just not bigger than The Weeknd right now. I just wanted to insert that in there for anybody who listening who have heard any other episode where I was like The Weeknd bigger. And then why you talking about Beyonce? Because she's legendary and she is great at what she does. But that don't take away the fact that The Weeknd is better than her right now. Not better, is bigger than her right now. Never want to get that confused. He's bigger, not better. Anyway, the main thing that stood out from this film to me was the fact of the hard work. Like she's really put in the work to like if she's valued at $1 billion, or estimated to be worth $1 billion, what value as a business she worth $1 billion? If that's true, like she's worked so hard to do that. Like it's so many people that want to be a singer, want to be an artist, want to be a musician, a dancer or whatever, a creative. You just want to be creative, a videographer or a director of effects. You want to do effects on videos or whatever, on movies or films or whatever. Whatever you are as a creative, there's so many of us that want to do that, want to be an entrepreneur. We want to be all this stuff. But we won't put that work in. And what I mean by like Beyonce has worked, bro, not only can she walk in her production and know about the lights, she can know terminology to talk to the MD. And if she don't know the actual terminology, she know how to get what she needs out of the musical director. She can go from the musical director to front of house engineer. That's for anybody that don't know what I mean when I say front of house. Front of house is the person who's mixing what you all are hearing. So if you're in the audience, he's the person who's making it sound good. He's mixing all this. She can go speak to him about delay, reverb, blah blah blah. Am I saying she know exactly? She know what to tell you. I need a plate, or I need a a room, or I need whatever. I'm not saying she know that, but she just know I want reverb, and it needs to go from here to there. Let's say she know the minimum. I don't know, or if the delay, tag, or whatever. Do she know technical terminology? I don't know, but she knows enough. She can talk to the front of house mixing engineer. I'm sure she can talk to her in-ears mixing engineer and tell him. She probably knows about her who's running Pro Tools or the Pro Tools rig or whatever. Cause I'm sure they use Pro Tools rig, or who tuning her vocals, whatever live. She may not know the technical terminology that's going on in all these places, but she knows enough to be able to communicate with these people. Not only can she do that, she also can go into and talk to the camera crew, the camera operators. Well, I wonder why, like this is something that she actually, I'm paraphrasing what she said in the movie, but she was like, yeah, I kind of want a wide shot right here. And if we have to, we'll use a fisheye lens. I don't want to use that, but if we have to, I'll use that. Camera operator giving us some bullshit, BS excuse. He giving her a BS excuse. I'm experimenting this episode. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to curse. Trying not to curse to see if it helps with the guidelines, YouTube guidelines. But back to the story. Camera operator giving her a BS excuse. And he's talking. I guess she's looking at her phone, or she's looking at a computer screen. Whatever. He just giving her a BS excuse. And then she just politely says, yeah, I just looked it up. They do make the lens that go wider than that. Like, yo, she talked to the light man. Hey, take this light, do it over here, this light that way, this light that way. She probably can talk to the videographers. She know her stage crew name. Boom, move these people over here. I want these people dressed like this. Like that is work. That's years of doing something and working at it to learn. It goes back to something I said earlier this episode when I said I was watching the Gary Vee interview and the man asked him from the ground level, who did you have in your infrastructure? And Gary Vee was like, at first I just had to do everything. Because I can't hire people if I don't know what I'm hiring them to do. Now, am I saying Beyonce at one time didn't know what she was talking about and hiring people? I'm pretty sure. But from then, she's grown to somebody who knows and has put in the work to make herself be valued at $1 billion. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy when we really think about these dreams that we have that we want to chase. Like, are you really putting the work in to be valued at whatever you think you're worth? Woo! Are you really putting the work in to be valued? I mean, to be valued as much as whatever you think you're worth. If you think you're only worth $100, like, uh, man, it was so funny. I was on this group, in my group FaceTime call with my guys. Man, I won't mention their name because I don't know if they want their name mentioned. But we talking and we end up talking about like Ricky Minor. And we was like, yeah, he live in the neighborhood with like Jay Leno or something like that. And we're talking about a musician, bro. A musician who lives in this neighborhood. Or like Adam Blackstone who lives in these nice neighborhoods like that. And the question was like, well, that came up. The question in my mind that came up was like, bro, we all say we want this, but do we put the work in to really be valued that high? Now, mind you, I understand there's certain circumstances, there's certain stuff, like being in Mississippi, like you're not gonna run across too many opportunities to do what Adam Blackstone is doing. You're not, because we're in Mississippi, and that's just the truth. That's the honest to God truth. So you got some circumstances that can keep you down. But with the internet now, it's easier. It's easier to get your way into that. If you do good work here and you make yourself stand out here and you use the internet the right way, I'm sure you can do it. Has anybody done it? No, but I'm sure you can. And like if you're from Mississippi, Alabama, or like Louisiana, these southern states, Kentucky, uh, Arkansas, you know what I'm saying? States like that, you probably ever gonna rarely be in a position to do what an Adam Blackstone does or did or Ricky Minor or Ray Chu or whatever. It's gonna be rare. But is it possible? It's possible. So it's certain circumstances in life that'll keep you from getting there, even if you work hard. But how many people do you know that worked as hard as probably a Ricky Minor or Adam Blackstone or Terrence Vaughn or Kyrie, he MD'd the Beyonce Renaissance tour, and he also helped score the film, like, or Damo, or you know what I'm saying, or like 1500 nothing Rants and those guys. It's like, bro, they probably. I say I want all that, but if I'm being honest with you, have I sacrificed how they sacrificed? Have I stayed up all night? No, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep, bro. Like, they probably sacrificed not going to sleep, staying up all night, making something work, making sure that it comes through clutch in the crunch time. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the honest God truth about it. Like, look in the mirror and ask yourself, like, have I really put in the work to get what I'm really going for? So that's, all this stuff is hitting me, bro. Like today, like honestly, it hit me today. Like, man, God has been good in 2023. Man, I could have been because I think about it, have I worked as hard? No, I ain't worked as hard. I have been working hard, but have I been working as hard as I could have worked? I could have been going overtime. Some of the stuff that I know now that it took me like 8 months to learn, I could have learned in 2 months if I would have just sat down and sacrificed the time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And then I see people getting paid $700 million, or I go pay $23 to go watch a movie, and it's like I normally only pay $8 to $10 to go see a movie. And it's like it hits you like, dang, man, what's separating? What's separating? Because at the end of the day, it ain't talent. Woo. Woo. I let that sit there. I'm going to let that sit there. It ain't talent separating. You know, because everybody like to say it's talent that's separating us. No, it's not talent. At a certain point, it's just what are you willing to work on? How hard are you willing to work? Are you willing to go harder than the other people? Are you willing to fight are you willing to fight your teammate? To push your teammate? Are you willing to hit Steve Kerr in the eye? I'm finna deck him. That's what Michael Jordan said. I'm finna deck him. And when I deck him, I know he gonna be way better. Cause he gonna see how I care. Am I willing to square up with Bill Cartwright? Let's go, boy. Let's go. Let's get it in. Am I willing to do that? Kobe Bryant called Shaq a fat slob. Am I willing to do that? You know, we talking about Shaq, bro. 7 foot, 300 something pounds, Shaq. Athletic Shaq. You know? Am I willing to be Joe Jackson and whoop my kids every day to get greatness? But I'm going to be looked at as a bad parent, a horrible parent. I'm going to be looked at as a horrible parent for the rest of my life. I did too much. I pushed my kids too hard. I ran my kids crazy. But if I didn't push my kids this hard, if I didn't run my kids crazy, you wouldn't know my kids. Whew. Whew. Richard Pryor, not Richard Pryor. What was whatever? I forgot Serena and Venus' dad name. If he didn't push them that hard, would they be who they are? If he didn't teach them that work ethic, if he didn't put them in situations with trainers to teach them that work ethic, oh man, like, dog, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. We wonder what separates us, man. It's really just work ethic. It's really work ethic, and it's crazy. I don't want it to seem like people aren't working, because people are working. They're working at their pace. They're working at their pace. But the great people that I'm talking about, they work at a different pace, man. And then they get paid $700 million in 10 years, man. Like, yo, it's crazy. It's insane when I think about it, bro. It's insane. It's insane, man. I don't even know how to like end this because I'm sitting in it. Like I'm really sitting in it like, yo, the biggest thing is fucking work ethic. Because if you got the work ethic, you'll do whatever you need to do to put yourself in a situation. Or am I, y'all tell me, am I tripping? Tell me, is it somebody you know that had the work ethic that still didn't get to where they was trying to go? Y'all tell me. Because I'm really trying to rack my brain and think about it right now, about people I know that had the work ethic that didn't get where they was trying to go. Let me tell y'all another revelation I had. I had this one last night. So I was on a gig last night. And I was playing with my brother, Chris Kelly. If you know Chris Kelly is a beautiful human being, man. Beautiful human being. I mean, from the inside to outside, he is a beautiful human being. Great dude, all around great dude. And I've played many gigs with Chris. But it hit me last night. This boy could play some doggone drums. He played drum set, man. He can really play drums, man. And it's the feeling I got with him playing drums last night. I had a revelation that, and man, this is gonna be the smallest. It's gonna be a small revelation. Like people who like really into music, like musicians and like real spiritual cats of music, gonna be like, yeah, do you just not realizing this? Like music is such an energy based thing, man. Such a energy based thing, bro. And I get it. I've always stood that because you can listen to a song and change your whole mood, change your whole feeling, take you back to places in time when you listen to a song the first time. It does a lot. Music does a lot. It puts you in moods. It make you horny. It make you sad. It make you mad. It make you want to cry. It do a lot of stuff. It do a lot of stuff. It do a lot of stuff. But from the musician side of how like real the transference of energy is, it's crazy, bro. It's insane because I could just feel the joy coming from him last night. Like, I could feel the joy of like, yes, I'm playing. Not on the sense like I don't get to play nothing like that. It's not that. It's just I get so much joy when I play drums. This is a safe. Ooh, I hate because you know we warn words like safe space and narcissist and all these words. We warn these words out. In 2022, 23, we warn them out. It's still a bunch of narcissistic people out here, but and it's still a bunch of places that are not a safe space. But you know, we warn these words out. But anyway, playing drums and playing music is such a safe space. That's what you can feel was coming from him. And it's like, I get to create. I get to be, yeah, I may not get it right, but I get to create and I'm going at it. I'm learning. I'm vibing. I'm having a good time. I could feel all of this energy coming from him. And most of the time I could even be in a bad mood before I start playing. But once I start playing, like just the fact that I'm playing music, it always kind of like, after about 10, 15, maybe 30, at the max 30 minutes, my energy will change, my vibe will change. But I could feel that from him last night, man. And it just was contagious. I could feel it like morphing everywhere. Morphing everywhere. Like I'm literally on stage yelling at him every time he does something. I'm like, "Ooh, nigga!" All night, this boy had me going crazy. And then it dawned on me, no matter what your energy is, it's always a way to transfer it to music. Even if it's negative energy, it's a way to transfer this negative energy into a positive light about music. I had a talk with Jeff one time about church, about playing in church, and Jeff was like, yeah, dude, I can tell like when you don't be wanting to play, like, or you mad, like, and it just I don't be wanting to deal with that. And I think my point to him back was like, well, I'm mad or not, I'm gonna play, bro. Cause I didn't realize it then when I was telling him, but it hit me like, yeah, dude, it's like a way to transfer that. Like I'm mad, but like I'm giving you energy. I'm pushing this song, like I'm being whatever. I'm being aggressive. I'm being blase. You know what I'm saying? And it's always a way to transfer that energy into a positive. Even if you sad, like, it's a way to move it. And you can make people feel that. Even, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you may not know what I'm saying. I wish I had like brought my bass with me today and plugged up my amp and all this. I would literally like show you, like, you know what I'm saying? Or try to show you, like, because right now I'm feeling good, so I wouldn't be able to show you what sad energy is. Or, you know what I'm saying? But it's a way. It's like transferring that energy into things that like, because the cool thing about music is, if it's 8 people on stage, all 8 people don't have the same energy. Because all 8 people personal life ain't the same. all 8 people personal life is not the same. So you're gonna always have different energy. You got nervous energy over here, you got anxious energy over here, you got, man, I'm ready to go home energy over here, you got, I'm just here energy. Or like, man, I feel like playing music tonight energy. Or you like, man, I just want to be creative energy. Or like, you got all these different energies, man. I'm happy, or my wife done made me mad, or my girlfriend made me mad, my boyfriend made me mad, my stepdad made me mad, my mom made me mad, whatever. You got all these different energies on stage. But when you come together, it creates this one big energy. Even if you channel it, if you learn, or even if you're not, I mean, not channel it, even if you suppress for that hour, 2 hours, 3 hours you playing, even if you suppress that emotion, that emotion you feeling, the energy is still there. Because what's the saying? Energy don't die. Energy don't die. Like, it just keeps going. It keeps going. So even if you suppress the emotion, the energy is there. So you have to be able to transfer it. Man, and it was such a thing for me, man, when it hit me last night, like, dude, this is great. So now my new thing in my mind going forward would be, how can we transfer energy? You know, and you see people talk about vibe, but I get it. I don't even know if that's what they thinking about, like vibe. Like a great person I think of that comes to mind when I hear them say vibe all the time, that to me this has got to be a part of the way they thinking, like Jameson Ross. Jameson Ross, like, his music is so great, even from his early on jazz stuff to where he has progressed his music now to more of the soulful funk, older sounding music. It's so great. He always saying, like, it's a vibe. We reaching for something. We growing, and like, that's the music that when I really look back to my college years and learning about jazz that I connected to. I didn't know why I connected to the music, but it's just because, like, man, they reaching for something. But in the process of reaching for them, they transfer energy. Like, hey, man, I wanted to feel like this and go here, but I'm feeling like this, but I'm wanting to feel like this. Man, it's amazing. The things you can do with music is insane. It blows my mind. And I wish we could tap back into that. Because most music nowadays, I don't think it's giving off that. Like, if you listen to, like, Common's Like Water for Chocolate, and you go to A Song for Asada, that may not be the actual title, but I know Asada is in the title. But it's a song about Asada Shakur. If you know anything about Asada's history, she was like the first female that was on America's, like, terrorist list or something like that. Like, yeah, man, they did Asada bad, man. Did Asada bad, but she overcame so much in life to be free, politically free in Cuba. She escaped America. She escaped the prison system in America and flee to Cuba. This is not nothing that nobody knows. It's all Googleable information. Yeah, so it ain't nothing America can do to her while she's in Cuba. You know, that's the biggest thing. They've been trying to get Cuba to give her up for the longest, but Cuba not going. They won't give her up. But if you listen to the song, he telling her story, and he then it just evolves to, like, where she at now and how he view her and stuff. You can feel the energy. You can feel the energy from CeeLo, how he's singing. You know, it's crazy, man. But like today, it ain't many records that I hear today outside of like a Kendrick Lamar record that make me feel like that. I done heard it's the last album. It came out last year. Earth Gang. Is that? Ooh, I don't think that's their name. I think it's Earth Gang. I ain't even finna do all that research because I'm about to end this thing soon. But I think Earth Gang. Uh, like I heard they record, and it's a few people. It's a few people. It's a few people that make me feel that way. But the music industry as a whole don't make me feel like that. Speaking of the music industry, hey rappers. Well, no, music industry in general. That R&B, hip hop. I know. Whatever music we listening to, I know the listener has the attention span of the listener has downgraded. It's downgraded. They don't pay attention. They don't want to listen past 3 minutes. I get it. You know, you want to give your listeners what they want to listen. But can we please go back to 3 verses? Can we please go back to 3 verses in a song, man? Can we actually tell a story in a song? Cause you get 2 verses, I don't get a full story, man. I don't get a full story. I don't get the full story, man. Can we please go back to 3 verses in a song, man? Like, like bigot, suicidal tendencies and all these stuff. Can we go back to that, man? Where we getting the full story in a song? You know what I'm saying? Y'all done shorten it down to a verse and a chorus and a bridge, or a verse, chorus, bridge. I mean, a chorus out. You know, a verse, chorus, verse, bridge out. I'm like, man, let's go back to 3 verses, man. Let's go back to 3 verses. Car wash is 2, 3 verses, man. Let's go back to all these good songs, man. Whatever song back in the day. You know, let's go back to 3 verses, man. Let's keep the energy going. Let's keep the energy. You're killing the energy off the end of the song fast. I know. We don't like long records no more. And by we, I ain't included in this we. Doc, your record can be 10 minutes long. Your song can be 10 minutes long. I'm going to listen to it. Long as it's good, I'm going to listen to it. I know it. We don't want long records. And I mean we as in the public. Exclude Raymond D. Bradford out of that. Ray Bradford. But let's go back to making those, please. Please, 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 pretty please. And, you know, I want to read something. Before I get out of here. And I seen a musician share this and I said, whoa, Lord. Because I said energy earlier, right? Music is so much, man. So layered. It's so layered. I saw energy about music. But this is a post somebody made about if you are a believer of Christ and you are in like apostolic church or prophetic churches or stuff like that, you'll be able to resonate with what I'm finna say. But I want to preface this with, these have been my thoughts about this topic for years, for at least the last 10 years of my life. Maybe longer than that, but at least the last 10 years of my life. And I try not to say them publicly because I don't want nobody to, I just don't be wanting to go back and forth with people about stuff like this. Because it used to be about like sacred and secular music. It used to piss me off. Like that argument used to piss me off so bad. Because when people talk about that, they're just ignorant, right? Most of the time they're ignorant. They don't know that like Bach first songs or stuff that he wrote was commissioned by the church, or like they don't know of Gregorian chants. They don't know about things like that. That's like that music is not deemed as church music now. It's deemed as classical music. You know what I'm saying? Or Gregorian chants, I don't think would be classical music. I forgot the terminology. Forgive me. I got a degree in music, but I don't remember all that. It's been years ago. But so forgive me. If you do know the terminology, hit me up. Tell me. I'll pin it in the comment section. But but like they don't know that those songs were like actually the first forms of church music or like a monk chants and stuff. Well, Gregorian chants could basically be something similar to a monk chant. So when you say sacred or secular, it used to throw me off and used to piss me off so bad. Or you mention sacred and secular, and then I would want to ask people like, well, do you think a Hammond B3 was created for sacred music? Do you think a Yamaha motif was created for sacred music? You think Leo Fender was thinking about sacred music when he made the guitar and the bass guitar? You think whoever created Yamaha, Gretsch, Ludwig, you think these people were creating drum sets for? No. That wasn't what they was creating it for, I don't think. But so that argument, I used to wouldn't voice that opinion either. But I do understand the concept of sacred and secular because I get it. It's about the intentions. It's about the purity, about the lyrics, about, the intent that you are making this music with. So that form of sacred and secular I always understood. But it was everything else about sacred and secular that didn't sit. It never registered well with me because a minor chord is a minor chord. A major chord is a major chord. A sharp 11 is a sharp 11. A major 7 is a major 7. Minor 7 is a minor 7. A major sixth interval is a major sixth interval. A major 10th interval is a major 10th. Anyway. So that used to be my feelings on that. Still is my feelings on that. Let me not say used to be. It used to piss me off to hear people. And it still piss me off today if I hear, well, it don't piss me off no more. It's just like, bro, this person sounds so, they want to sound so educated because they like, well, spiritually, God says the blah, 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 blah. It's like, bro, chill out. Anyway, this post said, it's simply music 101. Watch any movie with a war scene, 300, Troy, Gladiators, etc. When it's time for war or battle, musically they operate around the 6/minor chord. Y'all are killing me with this sound of the house, sound of the prophetic. Y'all ain't figured nothing out, LOL. They've been using this math for a long time now. It is simply a chord that strikes the perfect emotion, feeling for perfect emotion / feeling for a battle or war. That's it. Watch Tom and Jerry. When they have, quote, open quote, thoughts, close quotes, they play an augmented chord. Watch a horror film or scary movie. When they're about to kill, they'll play a diminished chord. Also, when they say be able to hear prophetically, naturally, that just means to listen to what's being said and match your chords to the words, aka scoring. Woo. Like I just said a few minutes ago, probably 5 minutes, got a degree in music. Like I said last episode, grew up playing in church all my life. Well, not all my life, but I grew up in church all my life, and I started been playing in church for most of my life. So I see both sides. And the person who made this sees both sides too. Because he obviously knows something about music theory, and he knows about a lot about prophetic church too. Now, I didn't grow up in a prophetic church. That's the only downfall I would say about this whole argument. I didn't experience prophetic church until I got to college. And then in college, that was like later on in college. So that's probably like 2010, 2011. Probably later than that. Yeah, now that I think about it. Yeah, probably like 2011, 2012. So I didn't know the ways of like that I didn't know those. That it was a. I grew up in a my first church I went to was a Baptist church, and I went to a Methodist church, and I went to a non-denominational church. I went to a Baptist church, and then I came to college and started playing at a Baptist church. Uh, so pretty much, I'm pretty much, it's a box that I'm in. I didn't know about this until I got here. I didn't know that it was a sound. But like when you tell me it's a sound, I just know, being that I've been trained in theory, just know it's minor. It's like a minor. It's minor. It's not deep. It's not deep. It's not deep. I'm playing natural minor. And in that natural minor, I could say I'm in the relative major of that key. So it's not actually nothing that's like, so I feel like that I have to like, oh. Now, do I think you have to know, you have to have been introduced to this. If you've never been introduced to it, I can't throw you in it and say, hey, just play minor stuff, because you won't even know what I mean. So I get that part. I do get the culture of it. It's a culture of it. But is it such a like a concept that's like nobody has ever thought of? No, that's not the case. Go listen to, like the dude said, go listen to a score. Go listen to a movie score. Go listen to Harry Potter when Harry Potter is fighting Voldemort or he fighting the bad guy. Or go listen to Avengers when they fighting the bad guy. Or go listen to Michael Halloween. Well, Halloween is different because they got a specific theme going on. But just, listen to stuff like that, man. And I'm sure you'll hear something that like reminds you of what you think the sound is. It's weird. And like, how do you think John, I think this is his name. I hope this is his name. John Williams, the composer. He didn't grow up in that background. How you think he know how to do that? Or how you think Hans Zimmer know how to do that? Or like, I think Bach or Beethoven or Mozart, these people knew how to do that. Sure, God touched him. God touched him. He put his hand on him and he downloaded some information up here. You know what I'm saying? Some feelings, some emotions, some energy for them to transfer. I'm sure that's what happened. But it ain't like they didn't grow up in that culture, because that culture is pretty new. It's probably 30, 40 years old, maybe 50 years old. But yeah, for all the like strict believers in that, I would say go listen to scores, go listen to TV shows, go listen to, man, this is gonna be this is crazy, but go listen to like some Coheed Cambria, some real rock, like rock or metal music. Like, these are people that most would consider like demonic. Go listen to that stuff, man. That sound is in there. It's just different. It's different instrumentation, or you know what I'm saying? It's funny. I just see social media now grants you the access to see people that think like you sometimes. And then I seen that post and I was like, I just want to mention that on here because it is funny to me. It's funny to me. Like, because I remember when I was in school. And I was I was learning this theory, and then I would go in like play in church, or I would like be with my friends and talk about it, and I was like, yeah, it's not that deep. And I would get looked at kind of weird or whatever. And it was like, yeah, man, it's really not. It's not that deep. Now, do I understand, like, play with, like he said, like, match the words Match your chords to the words that have been said. If the person is real demonstrative, I think oh come on now, vernacular was in there today, huh? If the person real demonstrative, they real loud, they like that most of the time. Yeah, match to what they saying. If they real soft and oh God, hey, you want to match that. They want pretty sounds. Or sometimes the person can do that and won't, but you got to know the person at that point. Now, once you get to that, you got to know who you're playing for. But it's just, know the culture. Know the culture because black Christianity is a culture. It is a culture in itself. You got black culture, then you got like black church culture, and then you got like black hip hop. It's so much culture within a culture. That's wild. Know the culture, but like don't think that like what you doing is like so out of the ordinary. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But before I get out of here, it's two things I want to mention that y'all need to go watch. Three things though, and they all music related, but they are film. So or TV or documentaries. Let's say that film or documentaries. Y'all need to go watch Beyonce's Renaissance film. Great movie. Just have your spirit together when you go in there. I will say that. Then go to HBO Max, or Max. It's just called Max now, and watch the Little Richard documentary. Man, Little Richard was the man, bro. Little Richard was the man, bro. I hate that this man had to be in his 60s before he got his first ever award. It's crazy, man. And then I hate he passed away thinking that everything he did was wrong. I hate that, man. Can you imagine that, man? Can you imagine that everything you in your life, you pass away thinking that everything you done in your life was wrong? All the music you made, the good times you had, the memory, the impression, the genre of music you created. This man felt like everything he did was wrong when he passed away, trying to get right with God. Such a battle he did. I just was talking about, and you got black culture, and then you got black church culture. And he grew up in black church culture that was extreme, especially for a person like him. Because everybody, you could have been blind and just heard this man walk in the room and you knew he was gay, bro. Like, bro, like you not, who you tricking, bro? We know you, everybody in here know you gay, bro. Stop, this man went and married a woman and everything, try to prove to people he wasn't gay or he done changed his life. Like, bro, man, you don't, look, man. But he grew up in a culture that despised all that. And it's wild, man. It's wild because if you believe in the Bible and you believe in all this, it kind of, I don't know, that ain't for me to get into. But he battled his whole life, made a whole genre of music, had so many people that spanned off from him, from his tree. He like a Miles Davis. Like if you know Miles Davis, it's so many great jazz musicians that stem from the Miles Davis tree. That lineage is so many people. And Little Richard got so many people that stem from his tree, from the Beatles, Mick Jagger, them, all the blues guys. You know what I'm saying? Rock and roll. He got all these people stem from him, bro. And it's like, yo. Little Jimi Hendrix played for. Like, all these great people, man. Iconic people stem from him. James Brown. I'm telling you, all these people, bro. All these people. And he ended his life thinking everything he did was wrong. because of a battle that he could never at least, come to grips with. Like, man, that's just me. I'm a battle like this. He didn't even come to those type of grips. But outside of that, outside of how the way he ended his life, how he lived, how he had to live in his life, living with the knowledge of Elvis Presley and Pat Boone made more off of his song than he made. And they covered his song and made more off of it. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's insane. It's a great documentary. It's on Max. Watch that, man. Little Richard. I forget the exact name of the title, but if you go to your search bar and type in Little Richard, I'm sure it'll come up. It's also another documentary that I feel y'all should go watch. And that's Thriller, the 40th anniversary. So this is about Michael Jackson's Thriller. And it's really about the time that Thriller was made. It's about everything from the end of Off the Wall to everything that dealt with Thriller. So the making of Thriller, after Thriller, and like right after Thriller. I think it's important that y'all go watch it, especially if you're a Michael Jackson fan. It's important that you go watch this. Like, just off the strength that, like, we all know Thriller. Like, this is something that I learned. This is something that I learned watching the documentary. We all know that Thriller is the highest selling album of all time, right? You would think with that being the highest selling album of all time, you would think he did a tour for that album, right? You'd think he did a tour specifically for Thriller. No. He did not tour. He did not tour Thriller, the album. Insane. That's how good this album was, that he did not tour this album, and it still was the biggest album of all time. It's crazy. Or something else I learned, because I remember watching on MTV the behind the scenes making of Thriller, the actual Thriller, the song, the video for Thriller. Well, I didn't know that this was one of the last videos. I think it was the last video that he did for the project. And the record label didn't want to do it after it had sold 3 to 4 million copies. The record label still doesn't want to do this album. They're like, no, we fine. We don't need it. We don't need it. Insane. And it ended up becoming the biggest video of that time period. It's insane, bro. It's insane, man. It's insane. Or the story of how Michael Jackson got his masters back. Ooh, y'all have to go watch that. That's insane, bro. It's insane. He got his masters back off of somebody thinking he mad at them. He was the man, bro. Michael Jackson was the man, bro. Y'all go watch that. So those 3 things y'all need to go check out. That's Beyonce's Renaissance film. That's the Little Richard documentary. And then that's also Thriller, the 40th anniversary, Michael Jackson. That one is on Paramount. I had to do me a free trial because I subscribe to so much stuff anyway. I can't, man. I can't do no more subscriptions. I'm trying to pull down on subscriptions. I thought the subscriptions were going to get rid of cable, but shoot, man, you may as well have cable and all the subscriptions for all the money you're putting out. That's been another episode of Scatterbrain and Ray Bradford podcast. Of course, I am your host with the most, Ray Bradford. Like I always tell you every week, find your grandmama, your granddaddy, your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, your niece, your nephew, your son, your daughter, your cousin them, your in-laws them. Find them, hug on them, your boo, your bae, your lover, your friend, How the song go? Lovers and friends. I forgot the words after lovers and friends. But find that person, hug on them, kiss them on the cheek, love on them, tell them you love them. Peace out. Y'all be safe.